Pretty much that's how it is.
What type of music do you listen to personally?
The music I play? I'm an old school head, dude, believe it or not. I grew up with an old influence. My mother used to listen to Herb Kent on Sundays, you know, had the Dusties going. So, you know, I listen to my Dusties. I still listen to Herb Kent. That's so funny. I listened to him as a short. He's still around. All of today's music, man, I don't really get into all of the new rap today, you know, all the Dirty South and all that other stuff, but I have to, of course, because I have to stay hip and current. So DJ Nathan is one of the guys who keeps me really hip. I'm in the clubs every weekend, and he'll play a song. I'm like, what's this? What's this? And because he has like a computer screen that shows the title. So I'm like, okay, all right, this is the name of this cut. Okay, yeah, this that new blah blah blah. So, you know, so that's how it is with the music. Being that I've matured, I'm 29 now. I'm more of you know, I'm still hip with it, but you know, I'll more so go pick up a not more so I'll go get a Jay-Z CD before I go get a Young Jock CD. You dig what I'm saying? So it's a maturity thing. And like I said, if you look at my MySpace, I'm listening to Erykah Badu, Earth, Wind & Fire. Outkast is like my #1 group of all time, of today's time. So pretty much I'm diverse, but I'm pretty urban. You know, I don't really do the rock or alternative thing and nothing like that. So
okay. So how do you come up with topics for your show?
About everything that's going on in your life and what's going on in my life. I bring that stuff to the radio, man. Just had a topic today about tattoos. You know, everybody you know has a tattoo. Somebody you know has a tattoos, and how you gonna feel when you get 50 or 60 and your grandparents see your tattoo? You know, that type of stuff. Or, you know, women with male friends. That's always an argument that to a couple is gonna have if she has male friends that she talks to all the time. Of course, who's this dude talking to my woman, that type of stuff. Right. So I just like to bring real life situations to the radio, and that's why I feel, and that's why I think the show is so relatable, because I feel good every morning somebody calls and said, Trey, I was just talking about this last night, or me and my boyfriend were just arguing about this morning, you know. And then it feels good when I'm out and people will say, man, I have a daily argument with my girl every morning about a topic that you haven't, because I believe I agree with you sometime and she agrees with other people. So, you know, it's just the fact of it being relatable, man.
Okay.
That's what you got to do. You got to be relatable, and you got to be able to be touched by people. You know, some radio DJs wear the sunglasses and they had a security like that big Hollywood movie star. Why? That turns people off from coming into, you know, from meeting you or whatever, and they want to hear and meet the same person that they hear on the radio. So that's what I do.
That's what's up. So can you, what are your plans for like 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself? I know you mentioned your cartoon.
The cartoon, man, that's to build my name bigger, man. You know, this radio thing isn't guaranteed. There have been people who have been around for years, and new management comes in and they're fired just like that. I'm just trying to build my name more. As I said, I would like to be syndicated, because that's where radio is ending up these days. Syndicated, like in other markets, like Tom Joyner, for instance, is almost 130, 125 markets across the country. So I'm trying to get to that status. Right. So, I mean, I would always love to be doing something in radio, whether it's teaching radio, being on the radio, grooming people to be in radio. You know, I think this is what I was called to do.
For those people who want to get in radio, what would you suggest to them?
Man, study. Find somebody that you know or that you admire on the radio, study, listen to the radio, listen and study the jocks that you hear on the radio. I would always say, and this is with everybody, people that are shock jocks, Howard Stern, Wendy Williams, those type of people that you hear that are shock jocks, they learn how to be on the radio first. And when I'm saying talking over a song, talking over the intro to the song, before they became talk show hosts, they were people who talked over the songs and on the radio. So with that, with that, I would just say find somebody to emulate. Like I said, I emulated Doug Banks when he first started. And of course, when you get older, you put into what you're emulating yourself. You throw a little bit of yourself in it, and as you mature, more of yourself gets into that until the person that you were emulating pretty much is out of the picture. So that's pretty much what it is, man. You find somebody that you want to. You got to find somebody to base your personality off of, and go from there. And just study them. Hang around as many radio stations as possible, network with many radio people as possible, because no matter what they tell you, it's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Simple as that. Right, like if I wouldn't have known Alex Dupree, I wouldn't have got the job at GCI as the associate producer. If I wouldn't have known the other people that I was with or known the people that was at the station, I probably wouldn't have been hired for that. So it's really all you know. So it's about networking.
Correct. How would you suggest artists get their music onto the radio?
Woo! Because, man, everybody and their mama want to be a rapper or a singer. It's very competitive. It's very competitive, and I would say that your music has to compete with every song that's on the radio. So, for instance, the Chicago song, we have the song on Power 92 by this guy named Slick. It's like a smooth, it's called Loving Your Body or something like that. Now, that song can be played right after R. Kelly cut or a Jay-Z cut, you know. So pretty much you have to make your music compatible to what's on the radio. And I know a lot of people are probably watching this, well, yeah, my music is compatible. I can be on the radio. Mail. Some PDs don't look at it like that. So you have to create a buzz for yourself. You have to network with these DJs. And because the DJ, the club DJ is now the way to get your song on the radio. We used to have on Power 92 a power hour, but that got, artists don't know how to act. Artists are too unprofessional. You know, they come to the radio station smelling like weed and you know, they eyes are red. And I'm like, dude, why would I even respect you as a businessman first or play your record? And you can't even come at me with it in a business, you know, hey Joe, play my record. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there'll be times when I pass through the lobby and they smelling like weed, and I'm like, dude, do you honestly think that my PD is gonna sit down? You smell like weed. Take your behind home, change some clothes, put some Vaseline in your eyes, and come back at me, because that person may have the tightest song on the radio. So a lot of artists don't understand it's all about their presentation. You got to have the whole package. You got to have the presentation. Your music has to be good, because some people don't get it right. Some people have a good presentation, but their music is whack. And some people have good music, but the presentation is whack. So it's pretty much about, you know, presenting yourself in a business manner. Find like a record rep or somebody that, like every radio station has a music day. Find a record rep. You know, there are other people out here, Dwayne Holmes, you got Maurice White, there's a few other people out here. Find that record rep, network with them, so when they're bringing their new John Legend song to the radio, they can, hey, check out this dude from the West Side. They can submit that to the PD as well. So there's different ways to do it, man. Different ways.
Okay, thank you for your time.
No problem. Hey, what's happening? This is Trey the Choklit Jok from the Morning Jump Off at Power 92, and right now you're checking out shagground.com.